Hello, welcome to my channel where I talk about personal finance. Today, I'm going to talk about how to survive on a low income. Living on a low income can feel overwhelming when most of your paycheck goes towards housing, food, transportation, utilities, and other necessities. It may seem impossible to save money, pay off debt, or get ahead financially. However, surviving on a low income is possible when you create a realistic plan, prioritize your needs, and make intentional decisions with every dollar. The goal isn't to create a perfect budget. The goal is to create a financial system that helps you survive today while gradually improving your financial situation for tomorrow. Know exactly where your money goes. The first step to surviving on a low income is understanding your current financial situation. Start by writing down your total monthly income, including your regular paycheck and any reliable additional income. Then list every expense, including rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, insurance, debt payments, phone and internet, childcare, prescriptions, personal expenses. Do not guess. Look at your bank statement and bills to determine what you are actually spending. When money is limited, small expenses matter. Knowing where your money goes gives you the information needed to make better decisions. Separate needs from wants. When your income is limited, you have to prioritize. Needs are expenses required for basic living, such as housing, food, utilities, transportation, and essential healthcare. Wants are expenses that improve your lifestyle but ain't necessary to survive. This does not mean you can never spend money on things you enjoy. It simply means necessities should come first. Before making a purchase, ask yourself, do I need this right now or do I want it? That simple question can prevent unnecessary spending. Create a bare bone budget. A traditional budget may not work if your income is already stretched thin. Instead, consider creating a bare bone budget that focuses on your most important expenses. Start with your essential bills, then determine how much you need for groceries, transportation, and other necessities. Once the basics are covered, you can decide how much is available for debt repayment, savings, and discretionary spending. Your budget should reflect your actual income, not an ideal version of your financial life. Reduce your largest expenses first. When you're on a low income, cutting small expenses can help, but reducing major expenses can make a much bigger difference. Look at your largest monthly bills. Could you find less expensive housing, reduce transportation costs, shop around for insurance, lower your phone bill, negotiate certain services, eliminate unused subscriptions? Saving 100 on a major monthly expense can have a much greater impact than eliminating a few $5 purchase. Focus on the expenses that provide the biggest opportunity for savings. Lower your grocery bill. Food is one area where many households can reduce expenses without sacrificing nutrition. Start by planning meals before shopping. Create a grocery list and stick to it. Consider buying store brands. Compare unit prices, shopping sales, purchase staple foods in larger quantities when practical, cooking at home, Reduce food waste using leftovers. You do not have to eat the cheapest food available. The goal is to make your grocery budget work more efficiently. Build a small emergency fund. Saving money on a low income may seem impossible, but even a small emergency fund can make a significant difference. You do not need to start with thousands of dollars. Your first goal might be $100, then 250, and eventually 500 or more. An emergency fund can help cover unexpected expenses such as car repair, medical bill, or urgent household expense without immediately turning to a credit card or high interest loan. Even saving 5 or $10 at a time creates habit of saving. Be careful with credit. Credit can be useful, but relying on credit cards to pay for everyday necessities can create a dangerous cycle. When you use a credit card because your income does not cover your expenses, the balance can continue growing. Interest then makes future payments even more expensive. If you already have credit card debt, focus on creating a plan to reduce it while avoiding unnecessary new balances. If possible, prioritize high interest debt because it can consume a significant portion of your available income. Look for ways to increase income. Cutting expenses is only part of the solution. When your income is extremely limited, there may eventually be a point where there simply isn't enough left to cut. That's when increasing income becomes especially important. Consider opportunities such as asking for additional hours, applying for a higher paying position, learning a marketable skill, freelancing, starting a small side business, selling unused items, taking temporary or seasonal work. Even an additional $200 per month can create meaningful financial breathing room. Take advantage of available resources. If your income is low, do not be afraid to investigate programs and resources that may be available to you. Depending on your circumstances, you may qualify for assistance with food, healthcare, housing, utilities, childcare, or other essential expenses. Community organizations, local nonprofits, and government programs may provide support during difficult financial period. Using available resources isn't a failure. These programs exist to help people navigate period of financial hardship. Avoid lifestyle comparison. One of the hardest part of living on a low income is watching other people appear to have more. Social media can make this even worse. You're constantly exposed to expensive cars, vacations, restaurants, homes, and lifestyles that may be completely unrealistic for your current financial situation. Do not let someone else's lifestyle determine your financial decision. Your goal is not to look wealthy. Your goal is to become financial stable. Create every dollar, give every dollar a purpose. When money is tight, intentional spending becomes extremely important. Before each paycheck arrives, decide where the money needs to go. Think of your income as having specific jobs: housing, food, transportation, utilities, debt, savings, other necessities. When every dollar has a purpose, you are less likely to spend money impulsively. Focus on progress, not perfection. Surviving on a low income can be exhausting. There will be months when unexpected expenses disrupt your budget. You may have to use your emergency fund or postpone a financial goal. That does not mean you have failed. Financial progress isn't always a straight line. What matters is continuing to make improvements whenever possible. Maybe you save $20 this month, maybe next month you pay an extra 25 towards debt. Small wins adds up. In conclusion, surviving on a low income requires planning, patience, and realistic expectation. Start by understanding where your money goes. Prioritize necessities. Reduce major expenses. Avoid unnecessary debt. And look for opportunities to increase your income. Do not focus on becoming financially successful overnight. Focus on creating stability one step at a time. Your current income does not have to determine your financial future. With better money habits, consistent planning, and a willingness to make gradual changes, you can move from simply surviving towards building a stronger financial foundation. Thanks for watching this video and do not forget to subscribe to my channel.